Would you or should you trust a fat personal trainer? My name is Crystal and I have been a personal trainer for 14 years and I have helped hundreds of women remember who the fuck they are by dropping fat, lifting weights and putting themselves first. I've also been the skinny PT and the fat PT. And the question, should your PT be in shape, always sparks such a polarising debate, and I want to get into it and give it some context from my perspective. The immediate hard line is that you wouldn't go to an accountant that was skint or a dentist with bad teeth, although both of them do exist. And others will argue that someone's appearance has no bearing on their ability to get you a result. So let's take it back to 2012 and meet 22-year-old Crystal. Babyface. I am newly qualified. I have little to no experience when it comes to a personal trainer. However, I am a size 8. I have abs pretty much all year round and I've never really struggled with food or body image. Now let's jump forward to 2022, meet 32-year-old Crystal. I have had 10 years experience in fitness. I've helped hundreds of clients, including professional athletes, got a boatload of new qualifications and experience, along with a fuck ton of life and health shit, leading me to gain a whopping 5 stone over a 3 to 4 year period. That weight gain had no impact on my knowledge or my ability to get a client result. What it did mean was that I'd come up against some challenges that I'd not faced before. I didn't know how to handle them and it affected my lifestyle choices. I'd gotten out of a 7-year abusive relationship and for the first time I was going out, I was fucking enjoying myself, and to be honest, I was probably overdoing it. A, to make up for what I felt like I'd missed out on, and B, to probably mask the effect of how much trauma that relationship had caused. And then on top of that, I had uterine fibroids, which I had to wait 3 years for treatment for, which was chemical menopause. Now, even though this weight gain didn't have an impact on my business and people still reached out to me for help, it did, however, have a massive impact on the perspective I had of myself and my own self-esteem. I didn't feel like I could shout about how I could help women get in shape when I was in a body I fucking hated. But as a direct comparison between me in 2012 and me in 2022, 2022 me was more experienced and a better coach, but my body looked like shit. And as I said, the weight gain didn't stop me from getting clients, and I essentially started a new business in 2022 when I moved fully online and created Golden Alpha. So this leads me on to my next point. What the fuck does being in shape mean? It's such a fucking broad, subjective statement and it pisses me off. I am over 20 kilos lighter than I was in 2022 and I still get told that I am fat and I need to lose weight. Luckily, I don't give a fuck. And by the way, if you want to know how I got fit and stopped giving a fuck, then make sure you grab a copy of my ebook and the link is in the description to this video. Bringing it back to this idea, this question that should a PT, should a coach be in shape? What if your goal as a client isn't to lose fat? What if your goal is to get strong as fuck and lift 3 times your body weight? Do you give a shit if that coach has got abs? Or do you give a shit that they have got the ability and the knowledge to get you strong as fuck? It is all about context and perspective, and what I do want to do here is show both sides of the coin. Being overweight definitely had an impact on me in how I felt about my body. I didn't feel like I could have as much conviction. I didn't feel like I could stand on business because I felt a fucking fraud. But in terms of delivering a result to my clients, it made no difference. And I'm going to go as far as to say I'm a better coach because I got fat. 2012 Crystal didn't know how it felt to walk into a store and immediately have to grab the biggest size on the rail and hope that it fits. She didn't know what it meant to live in baggy hoodies and leggings. And to be honest, she'd never felt the struggle of being in an aggressive fat loss phase. And here's what pisses me off when people drive the hard line of, if you're a PT, you should be in shape. There's almost an arrogance with these young influencers that have been genetically gifted with these amazing bodies that they think it's their God-given right that people should automatically come to them, give them their money and use their services because of how they look. No, you need to earn that shit. You need to earn the respect of someone. You need to earn the trust of your clients. And I honestly believe that going through all of that coming out the other side has put me in a position now where I can empathise with women going through the same thing, and more importantly, I know exactly how to guide them to get them to overcome it. And for me, this is the most important point when it comes to going through this entire journey. In my 20s, I'd not earned that body. I didn't respect it. Then years later, I genuinely was not happy in my bigger body. Promoting female empowerment and confidence while secretly sobbing in the fucking changing rooms of Zara created more of a dissonance in my head rather than if I was a size 12 versus a size 8. I also didn't feel healthy. There is so much focus in fitness now on aesthetics that it's also important that we remember to focus on health as well. So for me, it's not as cut and dry as should you trust a fat PT. I'm at a point where I've lived through every emotion when it comes to self-image and confidence. I've worked fucking hard to be in a place where I can look in the mirror and like what I see, and I am not fucking ashamed to say that. Building the resilience, the tenacity, and being able to overcome all that shit to empower my clients to do the same is a far greater gift than if I'd just been a size 8 all my life. And if you are stuck in a body that you're not fucking happy with and you don't feel like you've got a way out, then you can contact me via the Instagram link below.